Welcome back to my channel, or if you're not new, hi, welcome. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video that's kind of going to be all over the place, but just bear with me for a minute. At the beginning, I thought I was just going to do a fun crochet vlog. That descended into me trying to crochet this pink tote bag in less than 24 hours, which then made me decide that I was going to make a whole nother tote bag and see, like, timer-wise how long it would take for me to crochet this tote bag. So all in all, it's just going to be a fun video of showing you me crocheting, making these two really adorable, cute bags. With, of course, me looking like a little bit of a hot mess. So I'm warning you right now, you've been warned, but if you watch any of my videos, you're not going to be surprised by this. It's just a very chill crochet with me type video. Because today, I want to do something a little different. I want to do something I haven't done in a very long time, and that is a crochet vlog. I haven't done one in forever. I thought before I start, I would film the process because one, I think I'm gonna want to make more than these, like more than just this one, so that way I can just watch this video back and know what I did. We're gonna be making a tote bag. It's like a starburst granny square. This is where the inspo came from because this was gonna be a blanket, a very big granny square blanket, and I do like it, but it's giving like Paris, like late 2000s vibes, which I loved, but it's just not what I want anymore. So I took these three colors and I'm gonna make those starburst granny squares with these colors. I'm literally using the very first video that came up when I looked up starburst granny square to try and do this. We have a monster, we have all the crochet stuff. I'm not gonna go into detail on how I'm doing it because I don't even know. I'm kind of just free going about it. I mean, I'm using a video tutorial for the granny squares and kind of just going off of what I already kind of know. I don't know exactly how well it's gonna turn out, but I hope it's gonna turn out cute. She says that she uses a 5mm hook, which is what this one is. I have really like loose tension, so I think I'm gonna size down to a 4.5. Future me when I'm making this again, if I decide to make one again. You used a 4.5mm hook. I also want to keep track on how long it takes for me to try to follow this. The video is 15 minutes long, but right now it's 4:41 p.m. as I'm starting. We're gonna see how long it takes to make one square. Something I'm already noticing is I just barely even started, but she does the where you chain and then you slip stitch into that first chain to make that like circle that you crochet your stitches into. None of this probably makes any sense, but basically she works into the chain instead of making the magic circle thing. I like doing the magic circle because this circle right here that you're working your double crochets into is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger here. So see how, I don't want to show her whole video because obviously I'm not going to tell you how to make it, but there's like a big circle and I don't like the circle like that. So instead I'm already changing things like this. So now there's like not much of a hole at all. It's just a personal thing for me, just a thing that I have with my brain that I like it being just the solid color with no hole in the middle. I'll say right off the bat, just even starting, that this is very, very beginner friendly. Like she tells you how to chain, she tells you how to double crochet, she tells you how to slip stitch. So very good for beginners. Finished the first square and tell me how it's exactly basically an hour later. It's 5:42 p.m. right now. I didn't know where my scissors were. I had to get up a couple times, figure out kind of what I wanted to do. I did a couple things differently. So I already talked about how in the center I did the magic ring. Also, when it came to the outside of here, in the video, she does 3 chains in between the corners. I only did 2 because I did 3 at first and I didn't like it. So I only did 2 chains in each one of those corners. I really like it. Like, I really like it. I kind of just picked random colors and tell me why it's actually really cute. Like, there's obviously room for some improvement, but I like it. Now it's just time to make like 20 more. I didn't actually see how many I needed to make, but it's very cute. I don't know why it took me so long to make something like this because this is like very basic, like beginner-esque. Like I feel like when people think of like learning to crochet something, this is kind of what they think of. And I haven't done anything like that yet. So I just made a second one. This literally took like maybe 15 minutes to make and they look So cute. I don't think I'm gonna put these like next to each other, maybe like this or something. So it's actually a lot later now. It doesn't seem like it because I haven't really moved, but I've done a lot of crocheting. I think I'm gonna be done for the night though, because one, I'm tired, and two, my hands and back and everything just hurts. I'm not used to crocheting a lot. It is almost 9:30 at night right now, and this is what I have so far. So this is actually one whole panel. These two will go in like this, and then this one will also go in. So technically, if I think about it, there's only 5 more that I need to make, because I need to obviously make this amount for the other side. I really love this combination. I've been playing around with it, and I think that this is perfect, so I'm videoing it so I remember it, obviously. Anyways, this is the layout that I have going. I think what I'm gonna do is just call it a night, because I've already done a lot, and tomorrow we will pick this back up, and I'm going to probably just remake these different squares. I might work on it a little bit tonight if I can't sleep, but we'll see what happens in the morning. I never told you guys what yarns I'm using. So these two are Big Twist. This I think is just white. This one, the like lighter color, is medium rose, and then this monstrosity is, honestly, I don't really know. That like darker color, it's either a shade of Big Twist that I'm not sure, or it's the like Walmart Mainstays pink color. I'm not 100% sure though. And I was going back and forth between deciding if I was just gonna film this video like this, or I thought about changing my mind and doing it like, can I make this tote bag in less than 24 hours? Because I think it's doable. I started yesterday at like, what, 4:41 or something like that. So I think it's possible for me to finish this in 24 hours, like in a day technically, even though it's the next day and I look exactly the same because I just woke up. The only reason I'm up this early is because I'm watching the Eras tour right now. Once I finish these 4, probably lay them back out, see if I like the way they look, and then we'll start sewing it together. Oh, I forgot about the straps though. Those straps are gonna take forever. This video is very like not out of order, but it's just very weird because I haven't filmed a crochet video in so long, and I don't even know if this video will actually see the light of day. It might just be for me for fun, but I don't know. I miss talking about crocheting. But also last night I had a midlife crisis because I haven't read a book in like 2 weeks, and I was supposed to film like reading summer books for a week. I read 1 book and never picked one up. Then I started Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I never really picked it up after I got like 30% of the way through it. So there's a book update. If you were curious as to why there's no book videos out, that's why. It's the fact that I just finished all the squares. We're ignoring the ends that we have to weave in, but now it's suppressed on the clock. The fact that it's July 9th, I know Last Kiss is getting played. And the fact that I was 1 day away from getting Last Kiss at my show, this makes me sad, but also happy because I get to see this again. 2 times I lose Last Kiss on the piano. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. Right where you left me with all you had to do was stay on piano. And then Last Kiss and Sad, Beautiful, Tragic on the piano. I don't have words. On a good note, I mean, you can't see much because the lights aren't on because I like to live in a dungeon. But all of the squares are done, which I believe there's 13 actually. 13, yeah, so Taylor's lucky number, well, my lucky number too, so that's really cool. But I weaved in most of my ends as I went, so all I really have to do is work 2 of the ends, the middle one and then the very outer one. Not gonna be fun, but we're gonna weave in the ends, and then I'm gonna come back and we're going to start stitching the bag together. It's feeling like forever. All of this is the scraps from the ends getting weaving in, I don't know, but we are finally on the last one. So here they all are. Looking back at the footage, I was able to lay them all out exactly how the bag is gonna go. So these 3 and those 2, so in this X formation, I made 2 of the exact same of each one. These 3, I only made 1 because what's going to happen is these are all facing up right now, but what will happen is they will go the opposite way, and I'm going to fold them in half and then stitch them in to make the bag. You know, the classic bag shape. Oh my gosh, wait, that's actually really cute. Okay, that's where we're going. Also, you're not gonna see me stitching these together. I think I'm just gonna use my crochet hook and slip stitch them together because that's probably the fastest way to go about this. I'm gonna size down to a 3.75. I would like to size down to a 4, but I do not know where my 4mm hook is. So I'm gonna use the 3.75 to slip stitch together, probably with the white, because that's what I have the most left of, and I think it will just overall kind of look the best. I've already changed my mind. Shocker. Probably not, but instead of doing the slip stitches, these are both the wrong side, so the insides right here are the good side, or like the side that's going to be showing. So I really like how it looks. What I did is single crochet instead of slip stitch. There's so many of these that I have to like go and do everything with. If I just do it this way, I think hopefully it'll go by quicker. I love how I just said that I was doing it that way so I don't have to weave in ends, but I just had to cut this because I did this wrong. So I started here and worked my way down, which means I would continue going this way, not this way. So I have to cut off and then go back up and work my way up. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So I just connected a slip stitch because in these corners I only chained 2. So in the closest one on both sides, so that they're equally lined up, I slip stitched into it, and then in every stitch, making sure it matches, I'm just going to put a single crochet into every single one of them. And since this is our loose tail, I'm going to weave it in as I go so I don't have to weave it in later. After doing that, this is the front side that will look all nice and pretty. It looks like this. It's like honestly really cute. Like my camera is not cameraing today, or at least it doesn't feel like it is, but I think it looks very cute. Now I'll just continue to stitch up, and you guys know how a bag goes together probably by now. This is going to be the inside of it with the single crochet, and then this will be the outside. All nice. But my order to how I'm stitching these squares together is just pure madness, honestly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch it together, and then I'm going to try my best to explain to you guys how I did it. But at the same time, this is obviously not a tutorial. Barely, just barely, I won yarn chicken. I kind of had to, instead of doing like how the single crochets look, when I got down here, I kind of had to do some slip stitching and put single crochets in there as I went, which you can't even tell that there's any single crochets because there's like a bump out when the stitch looks like that compared to the slip stitch. But I had to go back and do this 3 separate times because I didn't want to have to add more yarn. Even from the back, it kind of looks cute, but you flip it and it's just, I love this. I wish I would have had it made kind of months ago so I could have used it in like the summertime, because now the 4th of July is over, it's spooky season and nobody can tell me otherwise. But I really do like this. Like, this is, the lighting in here is not giving it justice. So I flipped it the right way so you guys can see. On this side, I stitched all the way up here. I haven't done it yet on this side because I was thinking about like the bag itself. The straps are obviously going to go here. I didn't look at any videos to see if they keep it open up here or if they close it. So I closed it on one side without thinking about it. I think they leave it open. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I was going to do the straps this way, but I think the straps would benefit more if I do it this way, so that way you can open and get whatever you want out of it. I say all this as if I've never made a bag before. I've made some bags, but I haven't made any with like a granny square where you have to construct it. I normally would just make a panel, make another one, sew them together, and call it a day. I was gonna say that I'm not camera ready, but I never am in these videos, so it's fine. What I really like about this bag is the fact that I weaved in like all my ends as I went, basically, besides the squares themselves obviously, but for anything I could, I tried to weave it in as I went. So all I had left to weave in was the 2 that I just kind of messed up. So I only have 1 more end to weave in, So this is your sign to weave in your ends as you go, because this is a lot more of a satisfying project than I thought, because I basically have done this in less than 24 hours. We're heading up basically on the 24-hour mark right now, but I'm still gonna count it because the bag's not done, obviously, because I still have to do the straps, which is gonna take probably a lot of time. This video, I know, is all over the place. I'm not showing my face much. I've just been in a really bad life slump recently. So if this video is seeing the light of day on my book channel, my channel used to be about crochet. Before that, it was about vlogging. Then before that, I think it was about slime. Then before that, it has a lot. I think it was a makeup channel at one point even. So I don't know. I just completely stopped making crochet videos because I just didn't want to crochet really. I had a lot happen. I had to move, and so crocheting wasn't really a available thing, but reading was. Long story short, I'm just not in a book mood, and I don't know why. Like, the whole time I made this bag, I have the intention of reading my audiobook, because I got Wildfire as an audiobook for me to hopefully read it, and it's not happening. It doesn't seem like it's happening. I don't know. And it's not the book's fault. I like the book, don't get me wrong. I just don't know what it is. I even like have got back into old hobbies that I haven't done in a very long time. I started binge watching horror movies the other day, which could be because I'm ready for Halloween. I'm ready for it more than I need air at this point. I need fall and Halloween to kind of just lift my spirits up. This was not the video where I was going to talk about my life updates, but I got a job, and that's also another reason why I just haven't been able to read or do anything really. I really want to get into markets, and I want to do at least one crochet market this year. It's just really hard to find places to do a market in my area, but I really want to make like little bags, and I kind of want to sell on Etsy, but selling on Etsy just really seems like for the professionals, and I'm not that. I've been crocheting for years at this point, but nothing where I feel like I'm worthy of selling on Etsy. I've always wanted to do it. Like, ever since I saw the girlies making things and selling them and like crocheting them, I was like, I want to do that too. And the pandemic happened and so many things went on, and that's kind of when I started crocheting, and I was like, I can make this into something, and I never did. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll make a lot of these. This did take a lot of time, and obviously I want to sell it at a decent price so that people can buy it. I really like it, and I think I'm gonna end up changing my hair soon because it's very faded pink. I want to go back to being blonde so bad because that's what I've always been, as blonde. The brown and the pink is just not what I want anymore, but this is kind of the essence of keeping that pink. Well, the whole point was to make these to sell them, and I don't know if this one's going to be selling because I like it myself. If you have any tips on either crochet markets or opening an Etsy shop, let me know down below because I know nothing about any of that. And also let me know if you guys would be interested in something like this. Obviously, we're not done. We still have to make the straps. Actually, a lot later than I wanted it to be. The 24 hours is over with, but I figured out what I wanted to do, took a break from it, had some dinner and everything. So now we're going to finish it. I redid this a couple times, but I finally figured out what I kind of liked and where I want to go about it. Instead of just doing the white, I came up with the idea that I am going to go around in the white, which I already did. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the chain in this color, go back around and make a single crochet row. Either that, or I'm going to do a white chain, do this in the middle, and then do a white slip stitch row. As for what I've done so far, I started over here in the corner and did all single crochets with the same hook from when I did the single crochets whenever I connected all my squares. The, what is it, 3.5 millimeter hook. I did all single crochets up here, and then when I got to the corner, I did, you're not going to be able to really tell, but I did 3 double crochets into that circle, did all single crochets down here, then 1 single crochet into this space, 1 into here as well, and 1 into here, and then worked and did the same thing basically on this side where I did the single crochets, the 3 double crochets into this corner, worked down, and I continued on this side and did the same thing as the other side. Here, worked up the single crochets, so now I'm here in this cluster. I'm gonna do, did I already do a single crochet? I guess I already did a single crochet into that first one. The middle one is where I'm gonna do that chain up, so I'll slip stitch into it instead of doing a single crochet, and then I'll chain. I ended up doing 65 chains for the strap, and I think, because it's gonna stretch obviously as well, I think that that's gonna be a perfect size. Chained 65, came over here and slip stitched into that middle double crochet. I'll just work down single crochets and do the exact same thing on the other side. Why is the like little just chain by itself honestly so cute? Like I obviously have to weave in that in, so we're ignoring it, and it's really sturdy too. Like you can put some stuff in there and it's not really budging. Actually now the next day, so the 3rd day of this video, and I completely have finished the bag. I decided to just take the chains and I added 2 rows of single crochets onto it just to make it a little bit more sturdy. I used the same 3.75 millimeter hook. I wanted to share with you guys something because I started another bag. Started with the like middle part. These are all going to be the same square, but I started the middle part because I'm making a sunflower version because it's going to be fall soon, and either I'll sell it or I'll keep it because I really like sunflowers and fall, but I don't have any more of this color yarn. I had just enough to make these 13 circles. This little tiny ball is what was left. I played around with these colors and stuff. I knew that I was going to use this color, and then I couldn't tell if I wanted this to be the base or this to be the base, like the outline color, but I ended up going with this like lighter color because I feel like this is more brown with this, and it just, this gives it more of a color. After experimenting, this is what the square looks like, and tell me why I like this even more than this. I mean, together it's going to be very like unison and very basic, but I really like these colors. These were leftover yarns that I had from a Christmas project like 2 or 3 years ago, and I had a bunch of leftover yarn because I bought way too much. So the fact that I already had this yarn and I'm gonna make another bag. So some time has definitely now passed, but I forgot to even say what is really fun about making this particular bag, because I'm timing myself to see how long it actually takes for me to crochet the entire bag. So far, I have completed 5 of the total squares. You guys already saw that I made all of the middle pieces first because I didn't know if I was gonna have enough of the brown yarn. Just completely trying to do this as quickly as I can. I've been doing this for about an hour and a half just to make this. And this was me completely focused, not watching anything. I think it's just a fun little game to kind of see how fast I can make one, because when I made the pink one, I wasn't timing myself. I also was kind of just doing it really slowly to learn the square, but now that I like have learned it, it goes by really quickly. I said this was leftover yarn that I had. It's all the Paint Box Simply Aran yarn. Tell me why I didn't try to find a center pole or anything, and so now they're all just kind of messed up. Some of them were the newer ones, but the ones that aren't new and I had used some of it, I have to play the game of unwind the yarn, untangle it. We're just gonna go continue to make the rest of these squares. I definitely think that I can finish making them today. Well, there's 13 in total. Maybe I am getting ahead of myself. No, I need to find a TV show or something to watch, because just sitting here in the abyss, as I like to call it, of silence, and crocheting is nice for a period of time, and then it gets really like sad. So I've been watching YouTube, like people crochet on YouTube again, because there's so many people I follow that I haven't been watching very recently, because I've been watching Passionate Kelsey. I love her videos, but also I kind of have already watched every video. I don't even really know how much of all of this is going to get put into a video because I've just been rambling so much. So either there's going to be a lot of rambling in the video. I miss doing this. I miss crocheting. I miss going along and showing you guys the process of what I'm making. It's about almost 4 hours, and this is what we've accomplished. I have one more left to complete, which means that I have 12 squares completely done. The ends are not woven in yet, but I only have one more left to accomplish, and I think I can finish this bag tonight. I might be eating my own words by saying that, but I think that this bag can get done tonight. Like fully done, straps fully constructed and everything. My hands also like hurt a lot in the past 2 days, 3 days. I don't know how long this video has been going on for, not very long, but I made the pink bag, I made a bandana, and I've almost made this other bag. I haven't crocheted in months, so my hands are not used to it, but I'm having a really good time. I really missed the process of crocheting. And if you thought that I was already chatty enough, I acquired some caffeine. I got the mango flavored Monster, which is hands down top 3 Monster for me. The top 3 tie between the mango one, the like lime colored pear one, and the OG Monster, of course. Also completely not even related to crochet, but who was gonna tell me that Hazbin Hotel is actually good? Also, the fact that there's only 8 episodes, maybe that's why I shouldn't have started it. I saw one TikTok last night about it again after I haven't seen anything about it for so long, and I was like, oh, a cute little fun cartoon that I'll put on while I'm crocheting. I watched the first 4 episodes this morning, and I stopped myself because I was like, you're gonna get really upset when there's no other episodes to watch. So I was sitting here crocheting, watching crochet people, and I was like, no, I want to watch Hazbin Hotel. So I'm rewatching the first 4 episodes, and I'm on the last episode of what I've watched, so I'm on episode 4. Tell me why Angel is my favorite character. Not the point though, not the point of this video, but just, I like this show a lot, and I didn't think that was gonna happen. Took a little bit longer than I was expecting. Even though the timer hasn't gone down much, it's already almost 5:30 because I forgot I wanted to film TikToks on the process of making this, like cute little aesthetic TikToks that I am not good at, but I forgot about that. And then also I was really getting caught up in the show, and I had to turn it off because I can't crochet and focus on a TV show at the same time, so that's gonna have to be a later thing I do. But all of the squares are done. Now I have to weave in the ends, and then we'll get started on putting them together. Weaving in all those ends took a little bit longer than I would have liked. It is now just about to be 6 o'clock, and we have about 4.5 hours on the timer, but they're all weaved in and good to go. I know whenever I was attaching the squares with the pink one, I did not explain it very well. So this is the best way I can describe it. So this is the shape of the bag, but obviously there's 2 sides to the bag. So this X shape will go up. This one, wait, no. This one, and then this one will fold inwards, and it will make a bag. That's the best way I can put it. The goal was to try my best to have it start getting attached by the time my boyfriend got home. He hasn't got home yet, but he will be here any minute. So we'll see how much we can get done before he gets here. Also, while I'm sewing this together, I am indeed going to be watching Hazbin's Hotel because I can't get enough of the show. Maybe 20-ish or so minutes, and this is where I got before my boyfriend came home. It's now almost 8 o'clock, but I connected the entire back part of it. I decided to use this yarn, which is the like lighter brown shade. I just like the way that the stitches look with it. I was gonna do this like background color, but I wanted some contrast. So now it's just time to take these and flip it over and attach them where they go. I feel like it makes no sense, but it also does at the same time. So if it doesn't make any sense, I'm sorry. I don't know how to make a tutorial for it. This is not a tutorial. This is just a fun time vlog. And I think it looks so cool. Like even on the back, like the indents look really cute. Honestly, I think this way looks even cuter than the front side. It's still cute. So I'm gonna go attach this and then we'll see what our time is. So there was just not enough for me to finish constructing the rest of the bag. So I had to open a new skein and well, now this is what I have. I hate when the center pole does this. So I'm not quite sure what I ended up filming after yesterday when I was attaching. I don't even think I did film, but I did not finish it actually. I woke up this morning and the second I woke up, I started putting it together and I really like how it came out. I did the stitching and you can't really tell. I mean, you can tell on the inside, which is kind of how I like it better, but I decided to make the straps that brown color to kind of help tie into it just the same exact way that I did for the pink bag. So there was no point in really saying how I did it since I've already told you guys. I don't know if I like it as much as the pink, but I do really like both of them. I've also been working on other things. You can't even really tell, but I've been making some bandanas. I made two in this like blue-ish color, and then I made one in this color, which this was made with acrylic yarn, so it's not as droopy. It is droopy, but not as droopy as this, obviously. So I'm probably gonna like maybe like soak it in water and let it dry. Maybe that'll help, like, I don't know, soften it up, because it's Red Heart yarn. It's like older Red Heart yarn that I have, but I thought the color would be really cute. I don't know why it took me so long, but I finally made those little like sprout bookmarks. I made a couple of them because they don't take very long to make, honestly. So eventually when I do a market, these probably will sell. I'll probably sell them for like a couple dollars because they don't take extremely long. And the way I made it was with a complete like no sew, no like weaving in ends type thing, because you just crochet over them. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end the video because we made the two tote bags. We'll figure out what to title this video. I think we might just call it Crochet Some Tote Bags With Me, something like that. This video really did help me want to get back into crocheting though, so there is that. I don't know where I will sell these. I don't know if I'll sell them on my Poshmark that I've been selling things on, or if I'll finally make an Etsy, or maybe I'll just get sold at a market or something, or I'll keep them. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If you guys missed the crochet content, or if you want to see more crochet content, let me know down below. Otherwise, I'll just continue going with the book content. I think I'm just gonna force myself probably this weekend to just sit down and read a bunch of books, because I think that's gonna be the only way I'm gonna read the rest of my summer books I want to get to. But let me know, do you want the book content? Do you want the crochet content? Do you want a little bit of both? Let me know. And with that being said, I will see you guys all in my next video.